All right, our second example is a coin problem. So in a jar, Tom has 82 coins. The total value of the coins in the jar is $11.85. After counting the coins, Tom found the number of quarters plus 3 times the number of nickels was 7 less than twice the number of dimes. How many quarters, dimes, and nickels did Tom have? First, we want to identify our variables, define those variables. So I'm going to have Q be the number of quarters, D be the number of dimes, and N be the number of nickels. Next, I need to create those 3 equations. So the first one, looking at that first sentence, Tom has 82 coins. So I'm going to say the number of quarters he has, plus the number of dimes he has, plus the number of nickels he has, equals 82. Next equation, I'm going to want to use that second sentence. The total value of the coins in the jar is $11.85. So my key word there is value. I'm going to add value. So I'm going to say the value of a quarter, 0.25, plus the value of my dimes, 0.10D, plus the value of my nickels, 0.05N, is equal to the value of those coins, $11.85. My third equation, I'm going to look down at that third sentence. Tom found the number of quarters, so the number of quarters, Q, plus 3 times the number of nickels would be my equal sign, 7 less, so I'm subtracting 7 from twice the number of dimes. So those are my 3 equations. Now, my first 2 equations look nice in standard form. They follow Q, D, and equals a number. I'm just going to clean up this bottom equation, this third equation, to make it follow that same form. So I'm going to go ahead and just subtract that 2D from both sides and turn that third equation into Q minus 2D plus 3N equals negative 7. So I've got my equation 1, my equation 2, and then I want to think of this one over here as my equation 3. Next, I need to decide how am I going to compare these. There's no rules in the question as to whether we should solve by substitution or elimination, but I do think elimination tends to be easier on ones like this where we have all 3 variables in all 3 equations. So I'm going to go ahead and pair 1 and 3. And I'm going to compare 1 and 2. And my focus is going to be to eliminate those quarters. So just writing 1 and 3, Q plus D plus N for 82 with Q minus 2D plus 3N equals negative 7. And my second pairings, 1 and 2, Q and D and N for 82 with 0.25Q, 0.10D, 0.05N for 11.85. And I did say I want to eliminate my quarters. So I'm going to multiply bottom equation by negative 1. Top equation I'm keeping the same. Bottom equation, my signs will just change. Adding them, I'll have 3D, negative 2N, 89. Over here, I'm focusing on eliminating my Q's, so I'm going to multiply that top equation by negative 0.25. So that'll turn into negative 0.25Q minus 0.25D minus 0.25N equals negative 20.5. Bottom equation, I'm not changing at all. Adding these, my Q's are eliminated. I'm left with negative 0.15D minus 0.20N equals negative 8.65. Now I've created two variable equations, so I want to pair those together. So I'm pairing my 3D negative 2n equals 89 with negative 0.15d, negative 0.2n, negative 865. I need to decide, should I eliminate my d's or my n's? I think I'm going to eliminate my n's. So I'm going to multiply the bottom equation. I want to turn 0.2 into 2. So I'm going to multiply this bottom equation by negative 10. Top equation we're going to keep the same, 3d minus 2n for 89. Bottom equation, distributing that negative 10, is going to turn into 1.5d, positive 2n, 86.5. Adding, we'll get 4.5d equals 175.5. Dividing by 4.5, d is equal to 39. So I've got 39 dimes. Now I need to go back to one of my two variable equations. I think I'm going to go back to this one over here on the left. So I'm focusing on that 3d minus 2n equals 89. And inputting that 39, so 3 times 39 minus 2n equals 89, 117 minus 2n equals 89, subtracting that 117, negative 2n, negative 28, dividing by negative 2, n equals 14. So now I've got 2 out of my 3 variables. Go back to one of the original equations. I'm going to go back to that very first one we wrote, labeled equation number 1, which read q plus d plus n equals 82. And I'm looking for my q. I'm going to replace d with that 39, n with that 14. And let's add those. Q plus 53 equals 82. Finish it up. Subtract 53. Q is equal to 29. So I've got my 3 variables. It is a word problem, so I want to go ahead and answer my question in words. I'm running out of room, but I'll do my best to say Tom has 39 dimes, 14 nickels, and 29 quarters.